Welcome to Fortune's Harding Down Under TV. I'm here with Dave. It is Thursday night in Brisbane. We're here to preview the Man United game. I'll be honest, I'm a bit fucking pissed. Football's shit. So hopefully we're going to talk about anything other than the football. Dave, mate, how are you doing? You well?
Good, mate. Good. Yeah. Look, I've got a starting topic of conversation, mate. I've got 24 packets of Scampi fries. If you fancy a pack, let me know.
Well, I do. And to be honest, I wanted to kickstart the show with talking about your fucking delivery service because the Scampi fries is one thing. And look, I fucking love Scampi fries. I used to work in a fucking news agents and I used to eat Scampi fries for fucking fun while I worked there. Honestly, I'd stink like a fucking Grimsby when it came out.
Yeah.
But I love them.
They're great, aren't they?
I'm impressed with the fact you've got a fucking string of them on your wall there.
Yeah,
so where did they come from?
UK Foods Down Under in Perth, mate. It's cost me more in delivery than it did for the Scampi fries. It was $1 a packet, and it cost me $60 to get them delivered from Perth. But I did chuck in 64 packs of prawn cocktail walkers as well, so I made it worthwhile.
And they're all fresh and in date? No.
It's $1 a bag, mate. They're a month out of date, but they taste all right.
And I'm more interested in your fucking Dyson delivery. I'll be honest. I got a fucking unhealthy obsession with Dysons. I fucking love them.
Have you?
Yeah, I absolutely love them. So
this happened at the weekend. I had to get a new one. So I got home from work, jumped on the old Good Guys, $5.50. Ordered a nice cheap new Dyson, $347. Uber delivery. Fucker turns up by 6:27 p.m, mate. Got the whole house hoovered by 7 o'clock. Got dinner cooked. I'm ready to go and do the show, mate. And I've got Scampi fries. Does life get any better than that?
That's fucking mental.
37 minutes, mate.
I normally think buying a new vacuum, especially a Dyson, is one of those things that takes a few weeks. You identify that you need one. You procrastinate with the missus for a few weeks. Should we get one? What should we get? All that fucking shit. You look around, you fucking find the best one, and then you think, should we get it delivered? Should we go and pick it up from the shop? And you've done that whole fucking process in, 2 hours?
Exactly, mate. Look, I've already got a $1,000 Dyson, so I just really needed the head. And the head's $200. So I thought, well, fuck it, this is $347. Get that delivered. And then when the V10 pack's in, I've got a spare V8 ready to go, mate.
You can't beat a bit of fucking good head, can you?
Blinding good head.
And it's good to see you've used it on your fucking fringe already.
Oh, yeah. This has been cut by Ryan, mate. It's gone a bit curly. He's buggered off overseas.
Well, he's overseas at the moment, so he's cutting no one's hair.
Yeah. We haven't had any comments yet. We must have bored people shitless talking about hoovers and Scampi fries. So
No, you have tuned into the right show. This is Fortune's Harding Down Under. We are here to talk about West Ham. We're just talking about Scampi fries and Dysons and deliveries at the moment. Mate, that blew my mind when you sent that through before. I was like, fucking hell. I've wasted many hours of my life debating fucking...
That's it, mate. You just got to do it. Pull the trigger.
Anyway, unfortunately, we're not here to talk about Scampis and fucking Dysons. We're here to talk about West Ham. And look, for those of you that watched the show on Monday, we did cover a little bit of what we thought about this game coming up. So we'll cover it. Obviously, we will. But I'm also, like I say, I'm fucking pissed. So happy to have a fucking chat just about things in general. I'll kick off. I hate these fucking cunts more than anyone, more than the fucking Yids, more than anyone, because this is my hometown. I went to school in Stretford. I grew up fucking 2 miles away from them. I've always hated them. I wouldn't say I don't hate them as much anymore, but I do take great satisfaction in the fact that they are shit.
So being a Manchester Hammer then is,
Yeah.
and obviously you really hate United. So do you have those same feelings towards City? Because you must have grown up with them through school.
No, I
don't
I
hate
don't.
them the same.
Nah, and the reason for that is, and people always ask me that, right? And when I was at school, the vast majority of people were United fans, and
Yes,
there was. I had a season ticket at West Ham, and most of the United fans that I knew didn't even go to the games. Nearly all the City fans that I knew had season tickets, and they used to go to the games. And look, I'll be honest, City get slagged off a lot about their crowd now, and rightly so. But historically speaking, they have got a decent fucking fan base. That their core supporters are decent.
we used to get on well with them.
Yeah, we did, and we still do. I mean, they've changed dramatically now because of all the money and the new generation coming through and the success. But they were the Manchester equivalent of West Ham. They were shit.
Yes.
They'd not won anything. And people go on about the crowds. When they were in the second division, they used to get decent crowds there. So I haven't got that same hatred for City as I have for United. I fucking hate United. I really, really fucking hate them. And it's given me great pleasure watching them fucking squirm and squeal the last few years, clinging on to the fact that things might get better, and they haven't. And really, what it comes to is the fact that they're in the same position as us at the moment. And if we beat them by 2 goals at the weekend, we go above them, and that makes me happy. Whether we will beat them by 2 goals is another fucking story. And I suppose that's what we're going to discuss. What's your take on the overall fucking the season so far? Lopetegui, just where are we at the moment in your opinion?
It's a very good question, mate. And I was kind of saying earlier on, right? We've won 2 games out of 8.
Yeah,
and both those games against teams that have yet to register a single win. They're 17th and 18th, respectively.
That's Palace and Ipswich.
Palace and Ipswich. Yeah. They're really struggling, right? And you go, all right, look, we got some. At least we're above them. We're not far above them. And it's a real concern that someone else sort of said to me earlier on, like you could flip that on his head and go, well, actually, all the teams that have beaten us are also sort of top 6 contenders. And go, well, yeah, but what are we then? Because we're drawing against teams that you're sort of middling, so we're not sort of edging those games, and we're beating teams that everyone's beating, quite frankly. I don't know. I think we always said sort of 10 to 15 games to suss it out, and I think that's still the case for me. I'm unconvinced with how we started. I'm unconvinced with Lopetegui's style. I don't know whether he's I don't know if he knows his own style at the moment. He certainly doesn't know his best 11.
Yeah,
he's all over the shop with that. He makes a lot of changes in the game, rightly or wrongly. We've gone from a dinosaur that doesn't like to make changes at all to someone that sort of changes five at half time and hooks players that are doing well. And I can't make it out at the minute, mate. Not sure, not sure whether it's positive or negative. It's kind of. It's not exciting. It's certainly not that challenging for Europe that spending best part of 200 million should put you at.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts?
I agree completely. And I was thinking before, right? It's not all about the results, because there's been over the years there's been plenty of fucking games that we've lost where I've come away from watching the game or being at the game, and I've felt fucking pretty happy. Like I've felt proud. I've felt that we've had a goal. We might have lost the game, but we knew what we were trying to do. And you can we're all one. We're all together. Right now, I don't know. Someone says to me, "How do you think you're going to go at the weekend?" I genuinely do not have a fucking clue. I don't know what the team will be. And even if I knew what the team would be, or even knowing what the team would be, you haven't got a clue how it's going to fucking pan out.
I think if you'd asked me before the weekend, before we played Spurs, we'd have Kudus in the ranks. I think if we'd had Kudus in that attacking lineup, I think he would have terrorised them like he did last year at home. Now we don't have him. We're coming off the back of a heavy defeat. It'll be really interesting to see how the team responds, won't it?
It will. It will. Comment here from Michael Blees. Good evening, Michael. Thanks for joining. Apologies in advance for this is a fucking shit show. Like I said, I've had a few fucking vinos. Me and my missus have had a busy week, so we're getting on it tonight.
Good for you, mate.
Morning, guys. Man United are not the team of the past. They are a mid-table team side now. Just we are so poor at the moment under Lop. Yeah. And look,
unconvincing, I'd say.
I think as I'm talking about this now, I cannot give you any fucking substance as to who we are, what we're going to be, where we're going to end up, because I genuinely do not fucking know. United is shit, but you see glimpses of them. Second half against Brentford, I thought they played all right. There's a few players, Garnacho, Fernandes, that are decent players, and they can hurt you. I don't know what we are about at the moment. So yeah, United aren't great, and on a day that goes well for us, we could easily get a win. We could easily win at the weekend.
Oh yeah.
But you just don't know, do you? There's nothing to suggest any kind of cohesion, progression. There's nothing. It's fucking pot luck. It is pot luck at the moment.
I can't say I'm 100% happy with his choices at the moment. I mean, Guido actually surprised me the other day because I didn't think he should start, but I thought he had an excellent first half against Spurs. There's some comment, I don't know, I was pretty pissed by the second half and I was pretty annoyed. But there's some commentary to suggest that he was less than desirable in the second half. But in my opinion, our best midfielder is Alvarez. And I know he had that sending off at Liverpool. Why has he got to wait for his bloody chance back in the side again? He should be straight back in there, bossing that midfield.
Yeah. And, we complicate this and we go through all the options. But if we actually really drill down to it and say, who are the best players that we've got playing at the moment? Not the best players by fucking reputation or whatever. It's Somerville out on the left. It's Alvarez in the middle. It's probably Souček in the middle. And it's Kudus and it's Bowen. And then, up front.
Wan-Bissaka at the right back.
Wan-Bissaka, Kilman, Todibo, Emerson. And, up front, you could pick fucking Antonio, Ings. Fulkrug looks like he's fucking gone by the wayside. And at least you'd say, well, all right, they're the guys that are actually fucking playing well. And then I get what you're saying about Rodriguez. And I was probably harsh on him the other night. I've watched a bit more of the game during the week, and he did play well. First half, as you
slow
say.
though, isn't he?
He's slow, yeah. He's good if you've got a couple of quick players around him. So I don't know. I don't know what lineup we'll have. I don't know what will look like.
Yeah, look, I think Michael Blair might just put this one up, actually. He mentioned Somerville. If Somerville does not start, then there's something going on behind the scenes. I don't know about behind the scenes, but I can't fathom it, right? Because I agree. I think every time he's played, he has been a real bright spark. He was excellent against Chelsea. And he got a couple of starts after that. And then for some unknown reason, he just, he's back on the bench and he's not really getting as much game time at all, even from the bench. So I don't know what he's thinking, to be honest, on that one.
And look, I mean, I don't know the full deal with Fulkrug, but it's obvious he's not going to be back this week, next week, or the fucking week after.
He's gone back to Germany for injections.
Yeah. So that's what you're talking about the end of the year, really. And again, it's indicative of what we do every single fucking year with strikers and centre forwards. If Fulkrug's not there, why we've got to give Ings a go, surely. And you know, that's not me thinking Ings is going to come in and save the day, but fuck, I love Antonio, but he serves a purpose. He's not who I want to see fucking frightening players. I'm not saying Danny Ings is either, but what do we do with that forward position? I mean, we've spoken about Kudus, we've spoken about Bowen. I don't know. It is.
I mean, look, we've all praised Steidten for his business in the transfer market, but you kind of look back on his Fulkrug one and you go, well, for one, what we're doing, spending 27 million on a 31-year-old. We're moaning about Danny Ings being too old. So then we've gone and bought in.
He's 30, 31.
Yeah. He's about the same age. So we've got, in essence, 3 strikers, the wrong side of 30. There's no one to blame but, you know, Steidten and the board, and you know the manager could have had his say and
you think
and come up with some better options.
If we had a bit of ambition, you know, you think about Ivan Toney, Duran, you know, just any one of these players that we never bring in anybody fucking desirable, really.
I've got to be honest, the Duran one surprised me in terms of how good he's come this season, because I was actually a little bit underwhelmed when we were linking with him, because his stats weren't all that great. But you watch him, and I mean, the goals have come for him now, and he really does look like that sort of strong, young, hungry striker that we need, doesn't he?
He scored again, didn't he, in the week in the Champions League, and Villa are sitting top of the fucking Champions League table.
Fucking hell.
Right, we flashed this up before, but we'll talk about it now. Little Crayfish, thanks for your comment, mate. Didn't want Locke from the start, and I hope he goes by January. His track record is shocking. Don't know why we got him when we have aspirations of being a side competing for the top 6 spots. Look, that is a very fair comment, I think. And look, I'll answer this, even though it's not a fucking question. I'll answer it honestly.
Where's the question? You answer it, mate. Go on.
I think there's a big fucking, and it's becoming more evident as we go through the season, that the top 6 expectation, it didn't fucking come from me, right? And it's come from, I suppose, the progression that we've built over the last few seasons in terms of where we've qualified for Europe, and the fact that we've got on paper some decent players, but we're a long way from a top 6 team, and we have been for a long time. If you look at our league form, there's nothing to suggest that we are consistently, over the course of a season, a top 6 team. Lopetegui, like, whether we wanted him or whether we didn't, I don't think he was ever the man that was going to come in and galvanise us into lifting us 6 places in the league. I hoped that he would come in and bring some stability, some progression, that he would, take us from what Moyes had given us, which was solidity, but depressing football, and develop that. And it's not looking like he's doing that. And that's not to say that he wasn't the right person to come in. Hindsight and where we are now would suggest that no, he wasn't. But I don't know. I think it's still far too fucking quick to just say, look,
I think it is. I think you've got to look at other things and go, well, you know, Arteta had a year of being less than great at Arsenal. He had time, and then you even look at someone so like Oliver Glasner, who actually did the opposite, right? He started absolutely
brilliantly, and now the
Palace. Yeah. Now he can't even get a win. So you know, it's funny. Form is like you can get stuck in a rut very easily, can't you, with your form?
You can. And Glasner's a great example that you bring up there, Dave, because last season you know, when we didn't know he was coming in, we knew Moyes was going. Everybody would have snapped your hands off at Glasner.
Yeah,
because
and we were a bit jealous of Palace when they got him, weren't we?
Yeah, and look at them now. And like I know they've sold a couple of players, but
they have.
It's not fucking easy at this level. And you know, me and you have supported West Ham for a long fucking time. We've been around the fucking mill. We know the score. We know the deal. We know where we're at in the fucking pecking order.
Yeah.
All we want is to try and move up that pecking order. And I'm not expecting it to happen overnight. I loved the fucking time that we've spent in Europe. Some of that was fucking luck, you know. Some of that was a bit of a good fortune. A lot of it was good management. You know, Moyes did a great job. You look at the players that we've got now, and we were heralding the transfer window that we've had, thinking this is fucking fantastic. We've got all these players in. But that doesn't equal success. It doesn't equal results on the pitch. And we are realising now that, you know, it's not that straightforward. I think the biggest thing for me is, like I said before, I can take bad results. I hate losing to fucking Chelsea 4-1. I fucking hate losing to Tottenham 4-1. But we've been there time and time again. And as long as we can come out of the games thinking, yeah, we've put the effort in, there's something happening, we're getting better. I just don't see that at the moment. And that's my biggest fear.
Yeah, look, what worries me, right, and I don't want to get down the be careful what you wish for route, right? Because before Moyes came in, we moved to the London Stadium. Bilic couldn't get it right. No one, you know, we were a soft touch at home, and you'd say we were a pretty fragile team. We couldn't find any home form. What we did over the last few seasons, we got some resilience to us. Some stability, and we made our home stadium our home, right?
Yeah.
You know, we've gone into this season, our first 3 home games, we've lost them all. Arguably, they're against difficult sides, right? Villa, Man City, and Chelsea.
Oh, so we beat Ipswich.
Yeah, and then we beat Ipswich. But, you know, even that was a grind, right? There were moments where they could have gone, was shaky and could have gone another way. Yeah. But what I'd say is where we had that resilience and we've made our home a fortress, we've got to be very careful we don't go backwards, back to where we were in 2019. Yeah. You know, and I think you asked me what I thought about where we were heading, where it was going. We can go one of two ways, right? And I know this is stating the obvious. It's a funny old game of two halves. But Pellegrini, 18th, Christmas, sack.
Was that just before Christmas or after Christmas?
Yes, it was between Christmas and New Year. So I went to the game against Leicester, which was his last game. Yeah. And I went to Moyes' first game on New Year's Day. So it was between Christmas and New Year. We were 18th, absolutely stuck in a rut and in danger of going down. We could end up in that position right now. And this is feeling a lot like Lopetegui's start at Real Madrid, well, his career at Real Madrid, right? He could not get it off the ground. I hope he finds a way because, to be honest, the result of him not finding a way is bad for West Ham. So ultimately, I don't have anything against the fella. There's a lot of people in the game that are saying he's a well respected and you know a very very calculated and intelligent kind of a tactician. I haven't seen that yet, but you know, I hope it comes good for him. I know he had some success at Seville, won the Europa League with them, and got them playing some good press and attacking football. I hope he can do that for us, but it's not looking great at the minute.
It's not. Michael, please, has got a comment here. Lop's record is never complete. Never completes a job, either quits or gets sacked. And look, Dave, when we went offline the other day, I said to you, do you think he cares? And it was a genuine question because you know these managers, and I use the term foreign manager not in any term of fucking disendearment, but you know, people come in for a job to get paid, and the question I asked you was, does he give a fuck, basically? And you suggested that he does, and I agree with that. But there's nothing that I've seen that really suggests that he's capable of actually fucking doing anything at the moment. So we're in a position now where we've got to remain patient. This is my opinion. That it's not fucking gospel. We've got to remain patient, possibly until we get to a Christmas period, as we did with Pellegrini, where you say, well, hang on, this definitely now isn't working. And then you sack him, you write off the first fucking 4 months of the season, you go through a complete fucking consolidation and rebuilding phase for the rest of the season with the hope that you move forward the following season, which you know, it's a waste of everyone's fucking year. I hope that doesn't happen. But for him to turn it around from here, he's going to have to start picking up some fucking results pretty fucking soon. And I fucking hope it's against United because I fucking hate him.
You say it's a waste of a year, mate, but how many of our seasons have been an absolute...
Well, the only years that hasn't been wasted was 99 when we finished 5th and we won the Intertoto Cup. And then fucking 2023. So if you look at it from that perspective, that, you know, what are we talking about? We're wasted. Like, I fucking love West Ham. I will watch West Ham, whether we're shit, whether we've got fucking Gary Breen playing for us, whether we've got fucking Bernard Lamar in goal, letting fucking shit in left, right, and centre. I couldn't give a fuck. But I think with the players that we've got at the moment, we deserve better.
I agree with that. Hey, there's some interesting comments coming up from Chris McCoy, saying if we listen to Stop Hammer Time, did they did a great breakdown on Lopetegui. He says, see if we can grab the quote. So I think you started to put that up. So, sorry, I've just undid your showing of it by hiding it. Lopetegui's style of play is high pressing, high risk passing out from the back. They were constantly at the top of the PPDA chart under Lopetegui. They wanted the ball and they were going to hurt. I assume he's talking about PPDA.
No,
don't know, mate. Not sure. So he's saying lethal incision, but slow and elaborate passing, sending you backwards with back and forth across the field until they're laying assault to your penalty area. So they're talking about.
I'm glad you're reading this. My eyes will be.
Yeah, look, I'm not going to read the whole lot, but look. What I'm seeing here in these quotes, right? This is how he had Seville playing. They played a very good press, but they were quite slow and patient, and they moved the ball around sideways. I'm not sure that is suited to the intensity of the Premier League. Going out on a limb. Look, he got Wolves out of trouble. He got them off the bottom of the league and comfortably up the table to about 12th. So he was a success there, I think. And you asked me before about whether or not he cared. I think he does care because I think he chased this job down. He wanted a bigger team than Wolves that was going to back him financially with a squad. Now he's got that. He's got to find out how to use his squad properly.
But now he's been introduced to the fucking Poison Dwarf.
Yeah, but the Poison Dwarf's got his checkbook out, mate, and he's backed him.
Yeah, he has, yeah.
So, yeah, look, he's got the tools. He's got, you know, arguably he could have done with a striker, whether that's his fault or someone else's, I don't know. But it seems to be a West Ham fucking poison chalice that we either bring in good strikers and ruin them, or we just don't get the job done and get in the right striker in.
Chris has just, his last comment here says his squads also do not score ever.
Right.
Yeah. Comment from KM1804. I don't think I've not seen that name before, so thank you very much for watching and commenting. Thoughts on Todibo and Kudus? All right, I'll go. Todibo, I like. I think he's a good player. I think he's probably got potential to be a better player than will be at West Ham. Yep. In my honest opinion, I don't think he's there yet. I think he looks classy. Kudus, honestly, I'm I think he's a fantastic player. I think he runs his fucking ass off. I think he does things with the ball that nobody else can do. And I think that he quite often will influence a game more than is evident in terms of, shots and everything. I think he gets us out of the shit a lot of time. I also think that he may very quickly become fucking pissed off with the role that he's playing. I think that what he probably needs is better players around him. I think if he was in a much better team, he would shine even more than he is now. And my fear is that he's gonna fucking realise that.
Yeah.
So yeah, Kudus is great. I loved his passion at the weekend, but at the same time, I also wonder whether that is an element of frustration, not just with that game, but with the overall situation. What do you think?
Look, I'll start with Todibo, right? Because I'm actually worried he's going to be made a bit of a scapegoat for the mishap at Spurs, right? I think he made a couple of errors there, and he was hooked. And I made my thoughts known about that. I didn't think that was the right thing to do. I didn't think it was good for his confidence. He's made a couple of mistakes. Leave him out on the field to just kind of run it off, do you know what I mean? But he's hooked him, put Mavropanos on. Does that mean that he's lost his starting berth for the weekend? Well, that's a good question, I think.
See, you try and think progressively, right? Kudus is a guy that I want in our team for the next 5 years. Todibo is someone I want in our team for the next 5 years. Mavropanos isn't. He's not. Like, he can come in and he can do a job. But we need to be looking at these players that are going to be there. Bowen, Kudus, Somerville, even though that's just on my opinion, it doesn't seem to be on what's happening. Alvarez, Kilman, Todibo, Emerson and Wan-Bissaka, they're a bit older, but they're players that you can build a team around, and they are good, solid players. And like you say, Dave, Todibo he's young, he's coming in, he's learning the league. He's probably questioning from the minute he signed. He's probably questioning whether West Ham was the right move for him, because he had fucking options, or he could have had options, and we treat him a certain way, and he's going to get the fucking ump and fuck off. I don't know. Yeah. I think they're both quality players. I do.
Yeah. I guess it's what does Lockie do with him from here? If it was me, I'd stick him straight back in. I would start with that same back four. I'd have Kilman and Todibo, and I'd have Wan-Bissaka and Emerson. Yeah. I just had this funny feeling, given the way that he did hook him, that and given that Mavropanos had a great game for Greece, a great couple of games from what I hear against England and Ireland. Whether that's a hard job at the moment, arguably, but Harry Kane smashed a hat trick in the Bundesliga.
Absolutely.
He can, kept him quiet.
Mavropanos is a good player. Like he is a good player, and he's come in and he's had some great games for us. He's come in and had some shit games for us.
Yeah,
I would like to keep him to come in and do the job that he does. But do I see him as somebody I want in my team for the next 5 years?
No, I agree with you. I think we've got to make Todibo comfortable, get him in the side, and get the best out of him, because I think there's a real good player in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And likewise with Kudus, right? I think you're right. I think he's a player that you want around for the next 5 years. You'd actually say that if we get the best out of Kudus, he's probably around for the next 1 or 2 years. Really, if he has season last year and he progresses from that, he's got potential to be
unless we progress with him, which seems a long fucking way off at the moment, doesn't it?
Yeah, we take a step forward and then a couple back, and then do a little merry dance, and then end up back where we were 5 years ago. That's our
in all of this, we are taking Bowen for granted.
He was so good the other night.
He's so good, and look, he is by default. He's West Ham now. Yeah. But having said that, if we carry on the fucking downward spiral. And look, I'm only playing devil's advocate here. for the next year, 18 months. Surely someone of his fucking quality would have to be thinking, fuck this. I'm
Maybe.
not
Maybe.
around. And look, if we get to that point, I think we're well and truly fucked.
You're catastrophising now, mate. Let's not go down the well.
Mate, I've had a load to drink.
I know.
Right, Chris, Somerville
in a minute.
Surely going to get 3 games in a row. You would fucking think so, wouldn't you?
Hope so.
You would. But I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't.
You go. Who's going to come in for Kudus? It's got to be Somerville. And you know, I said before it's going to be a struggle to beat Man United without Kudus. Maybe Somerville's the man. Maybe he's got that in his locker to go and rip them in the arsehole. I hope so.
Michael Blees, if he insists on Wan-Bissaka, then he needs to play a back 3. We are caught out so much in transition when Wan-Bissaka, Emerson are up the field. I think that's more the fucking midfield's problem, to be honest. I don't think we need to have 3 at the back and 2 fucking wing backs. I think we just need a bit more fucking movement in the middle.
I tell you what we need. We need fucking Alvarez in the middle, and we need Paquetá to pull his fucking finger out.
Correct. Yeah. Because if we've got Alvarez sitting doing what he does, I don't think we have the problems that we've had the last few games. Look, I'm going to hide the comments there. We've got Man United on fucking Sunday night at midnight. What a fucking shit time.
It's because they're in Europe,
they're playing Fenerbahce tonight. I hope they all get fucking stabbed, cunts. Sorry. I'm not sorry. Fucking hate him. So this is like they're under pressure. We're under pressure. It's like an arm wrestle, isn't it? It's a fucking dogfight. They've had a good second half against Brentford, and they were good. They were good. Like I said before, Garnacho, Fernandes, I think are decent players. I don't think they've got too much else. I hope to fuck they play Anthony and fucking Zerzy, fucking Ireland and all of them cunts because they're shite. But we've got to win this game, haven't we? Or we've certainly got to not lose it. If we lose it, we're fucked.
Look, I think we need to be getting a win on the board here. I think they're not. People have said it over and again. They're not the team that they were. Unfortunately, we're not the team that we were either. I mean, 12 months ago, we're tearing them one. Well, actually, I say that it was a monotonous start to the game. 2 poor sides that we eventually, found a way.
Was that the goal we scored where it squirmed under the keeper?
Yeah, I think it was. Yes. Yeah,
that's right. Who scored it? Lanzini?
No, you're thinking the year before. That was Benrahma.
Was that the year before?
This was Bowen and Kudus scored. I was at the game, and you guys watched it at the Pig and Whistle. But yeah, it ended up 2-0, and then we went into the end of the year beating Arsenal, and we were sitting in the table. All looked great, mate. I actually think we almost need a statement win this weekend.
Yeah.
To go, look, everyone's basically taking the piss out of Man United. Now it's our turn.
Yeah. Agree. And if we do win and we win by a couple of goals, we go above them, we go top half in theory. And things look a bit different, but fucking hell. I wouldn't put money on it.
No. But it does change. It does change the lens a bit, doesn't it? So let's see what happens, eh?
Yeah. Michael, please. What's that?
I was going to say, what do you predict score-wise?
What do I predict? 4-0 West Ham.
All right.
No, I don't. I've looked. Honestly, 1-0. I think we'll scrape a 1-0.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. All right. I'll go with 2-1.
Yeah.
West Ham. Yeah.
Michael Blease says, could Sunday be the sack derby? Look, I don't think it will for either team, to be honest. I don't think United have come as far as they have with Ten Hag to sack them after a fucking defeat against West Ham. And I don't think Sullivan will lose face by sacking Lopetegui this early on. Chris Coy says, we've beaten them 4-0 once in my lifetime, with you a second. That was the game in the snow with Jonathan Spector and Carlton Cole. That was, funnily enough, that was the day that I left Australia to move back to England, 2nd of December 2010. And it was fucking freezing. I watched the game here and landed in Covent Garden. Oh, not in Covent Garden, in Heathrow. Stayed in Covent Garden, watched the highlights. And yeah, we did beat them 4-0. And that's the only time we fucking flogged them. And that, apart from the fact I'm going on a rant here now, so buckle in. Apart from the fact I'm from Manchester and I fucking hate them, and all my mates are from Manchester and support them and I fucking hate them. The main reason I hate them is I've been at Old Trafford more than any other stadium watching us get fucking flogged to pieces. I've watched it 4-0, 4-1, 5-1, 6-0, 7-1, although Ashton scored that fucking great overhead kick. I've seen us get absolutely fucking trounced there time and time again, and then gone home to my fucking family's house full of fucking Reds laughing at me and just wanting to fucking smash the faces in. So that 4-0 will forever be ingrained in my fucking brain. It's just a shame it was a League Cup and no one really gives a fuck about it. It would be great to fucking do these cunts 4-0 or 5-0 on Saturday. So fuck it, I'm going with 4-0.
All right, I'll take that. Were you at Old Trafford when Canute scored in the first minute and then we lost?
I was, yeah, and I was going nuts thinking we're going to fucking do them. But I was also at Old Trafford when Di Canio scored.
So was I.
And when Defoe scored in the same year and we beat him 1-0 twice.
Yeah, well, speaking of Defoe, that Canute game, I actually watched. I watched a live stream back to Upton Park. So I was at Upton Park and I watched Jermaine Defoe score a hat-trick for the under-18s in a live game on the Upton Park pitch, followed by watching West Ham get absolutely fucking battered at Old Trafford on the screens. So, I remember that one well.
Man. Right, we'll wrap it up there. Thank you all very much for your comments and for watching and fucking like and subscribe and all that shit. Dave, it's a fucking pleasure as always.
Always, mate.
And we will be back at some point in the fucking future, Sunday, Monday, whenever, and we'll be talking about a 4 or 5-0 win against these fucking wankers.
I think we'll be a bit early if we do it Sunday, mate, because the game's not till Sunday night. So we'll leave.
Well, if we do it Sunday, we can pretend we've won. Let's pretend we've scored a goal. Right. Anything less to say?
Come on, you Irons.